10 weeks, 10 episodes, 10 incredible guests. Each conversation taught me something I did not expect. These lessons, game changers.
If you haven't yet found what you're good at, try everything and anything until you find what works for you.
Obviously, to build trust, you should uphold your integrity, you know what I mean?
For me, one rule that I've told myself is that you have to be willing to learn, no matter what. Nobody can take away your knowledge, but you have to be willing to learn.
And those are just a few. You see, you don't always have to go through everything in life in order for you to learn. But you can also learn from those that have already been there. That's why I sat down with 10 incredible guests, absorbing knowledge, experiences, and real life lessons.
AI has borrowed a lot of our biases. So because of it, Black man and African man give you different results.
When we're in, we are usually spending in terms of what we believe our life should look like or what I deserve. I'm a degree holder. I should be living in a house that looks like this.
And some very good times too.
He's talented. You know what? Should I say, hey, Mwaka?
So I'm sharing 10 lessons that I learned from these 10 incredible guests. Who knows, you might pick up a thing or two. So like, subscribe, and share this video. And well, let's do it. Quick one, before we go any further, please remember to like and to subscribe, and I promise to bring you the most valuable content. So I just hit 10 episodes on Do It podcast, and for me personally, it's a huge milestone, and the plan is to keep on doing it. And like many other people, I also learn from people that surround me, like friends, family. All of those people are all sources of knowledge. But the last 10 weeks for me have been full of very valuable lessons, because on each one of those weeks, I intentionally sat down with 10 amazing people that shared very valuable lessons. And so today, I want to share with you what I learned from them. Who knows, you might also pick up a thing or two. Lesson 1, show your work. Taonga Sakala. Taonga was my first guest, and showing your work was kind of the main topic. Even though we talked about lots of other valuable things, this one stood out for me. Taonga shared that through putting our work out there and sharing valuable content and lessons has given her countless opportunities. I resonate with this so much because through sharing my videos as well, I've gotten many opportunities and connections. So if you really want to stand out, put your work out there. The world is most definitely waiting to see your work. So just do it. If you want to know more about how to share your work out there, just read this book by Austin Kleon titled Show Your Work. Lesson 2. Be clear about what you do. Dickens Sikazwe. Dickens is one of those people who has made it clear exactly what he does. You can see it from his social media pages and what he talks about in his videos. And my biggest takeaway from him is don't have people confused with what you actually do. Well, I must admit that I'm a culprit for that because I have so many interests and things that I do. And I want to learn anything I find fascinating. But please, go and fix your LinkedIn bio, or is it Instagram or Facebook, or wherever you post your work or where you want people to know about what you do. Like right now, Lesson 3, never stop learning. Michael Chilufya. You can learn from anyone, especially from people who have more experience than you, or people who you think you might not learn from. I mean, it happens, it's life. This was so valuable for me. And so from people that I work with, friends, family, I want to see their view and perspective on things. I want to know how they did something, so that if I ever come across something similar, it will be very easy for me to handle that situation. Lesson 4, be humble. Rajesh Mujumda. Being humble and learning to listen from people that have gone ahead of you. Especially as young people, because sometimes we feel like we have it all figured out or we know it all. So the lesson that I learned is fix your attitude no matter how good you are at what you do. Lesson 5, try out different things. Florence Jedidiah Mulenga. So I had fun recording this episode with Florence, and she really brought in the energy. Like most ambiverts, we got tired of talking, but we had to finish recording. And so after each break, we had to pump each other up just to keep the energy levels high.
More energy, more passion, more passion. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, and from our conversation, what I learned is that try out many different things if you want to find your purpose or what you're passionate about. If it requires you to volunteer, doing internships, doing free work, just make sure to show up and be sure to be relentless about it. And always give it your best. Lesson 6, manage your time properly. Augustine Kagemo. Augustine does a lot of things: graphic design, photography, videography, art, tutoring at a university, doing art exhibitions, creative direction, running an agency, and many other things. But how does it do all this? Well, it's time management. So for me, the lesson is, even though I have so many interests and things I want to get my hands on, time management is very key. And that is something that I learned from Augustine, even as he's juggling all these different things as one person. So knowing what to prioritize and deprioritize at the right time. Lesson 7. No one is coming to save you. Muchemwa Sinkala. If I were to summarize what I learned from Muchemwa is, no one is coming to save you, so learn to create your own opportunities. Muchemwa demonstrates that even though you might have worked so hard, let's say for example, for your degree or whatever qualification that you have, that doesn't guarantee opportunities just falling on your laps. You have to creatively find means and ways of getting to where you want to be. Like Muchemwa herself wanted to be a director on Suza. She had to work for free, write scripts for free, produce her own short film without funding, and approach the right people until she got her foot into the door. For me, it's creating this podcast, a platform where I want to show the world, but most especially my country, that even creative jobs or careers are also important and can contribute to the growth of this country and the world at large. Lesson 8. Create cool stuff every day. Mapalo Musonda. Mapalo brought in the energy. We had a very long recording session with him because we couldn't just stop talking about the stuff that we love to do. From Mapalo, I learned that as a creative, it's okay to create stuff that has inspired you or something that you found online and post it without thinking too much about it. If you find something inspiring to share and you know that it will benefit someone, share it without fear or having to think about it too much or wanting it to be perfect. Or if something is not right and you have the voice to speak out, go ahead and speak out. And most importantly, it's not that deep. Have fun with it and learn to laugh more. Lesson 9. More money won't fix your finances. Chipepo Piri. If you want to be good with money, start saving. So whether you're saving a 50 ngwe every day or a 50 kwacha per week, and you're able to do that for the longest period of time, and being disciplined enough to not use any of that money until you reach your target, you're on a path to financial discipline and freedom. For me personally, this was my biggest takeaway. Because it's not just about the money that you're putting aside, but it's the discipline and the habits that you're forming along the way. And these will help you avoid instant gratification and so much more. And the last one, if you don't understand it, don't invest in it. Lesson 10. Your career will not always go as planned. Raisa Ishmael. And finally, lesson 10. I had fun recording this last episode with Raisa because the first 6 minutes of this episode were spent on laughing and failing to start. Yep, it was that difficult to start. And honestly, we really had a great conversation, and it was kind of like Raisa was just summarizing what every other guest has gone through. Not all of them, but most of them seem to have in common. Most people's careers didn't turn out to be as they had planned out. And from Raisa, the lesson is that is not the end of the world. Something will eventually show up if you remain committed. And it doesn't matter how old you are, just stay committed and keep working hard at what you do. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And so if you want to watch the full conversation I had with these amazing people, just click the link in the bio. I don't know if it's up or it's down. Anyway, whatever platform you're watching from. And I hope you found these lessons useful as well. And I'm really excited for season 2 and the guests that I'll be bringing on. So stay tuned and remember to like and to subscribe and to share this video. And so yeah, let's do it.